Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. I hope you're having a good week. I know Thanksgiving is really close, and I hope you're not panicking to get everything done. It's not worth doing that over. But I hope you're well on your way to this really special day that we have once a year. And in keeping with my theme of talking about giving thanks, I want to share a passage from Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 28, and it reads this way. Since we are receiving a kingdom that is unshakable, let us be thankful and please God by worshiping Him with holy fear and awe. Interesting passage here, I think. It starts out by using the word since, meaning, okay, now let's get it straight. Here's how it is. This is what's going to happen. So I want you to pay attention. Since we are receiving a kingdom that is unshakable. Now, there are lots of little pieces in this verse here. First off, it says, we are receiving. Okay, it's coming. At some point, it will be here fully, but it's coming gradually. It doesn't say since you will receive or since you had received. It says since you are receiving. Receiving a kingdom. Jesus talked about the kingdom of God. And the kingdom of God is a different idea than just a heaven when you die. I know a lot of folks focus on what happens when you die. And that's really important because we're all going to do it. It's just a matter of when. Some of us will get notices and time to plan, and others of us won't. But the kingdom is bigger than just that. Because the kingdom of God is also in the future and right now. Paul is saying, since we are receiving a kingdom that is unshakable. Now, human kingdoms come and go. If you look throughout history, I don't know how many kingdoms have come, but they've all gone except for the most recent ones. And one day they too will be gone. I think of the mighty Roman Empire that ruled the world. I mean, it was the boss over everybody. Doesn't really even exist anymore. The, the Egyptian pharaohs who ruled much of the known world are now sitting in empty tombs. And Egypt is not one of the poorest, but considered a very poor country. I think of Hitler's Third Reich that was going to last 1,000 years and didn't even come close. And you talk about the Ming Dynasty in China and others and how they were going to be there forever, and they didn't. They were all shaken. They were all wiped out. They were all overcome. But the passage here says that the kingdom that we're getting, the kingdom of God, is unshakable. It will never be supplanted. Now, it goes on to say that since the kingdom is unshakable, let us be thankful and please God by worshiping Him. Thankfulness comes from a state of understanding who we are. Thankfulness is not something you can just throw on the top and hope it sticks. A spirit of thankfulness is not something that you can talk about on Thanksgiving and forget the rest of the world, rest of the time. This is a kingdom of God that comes in our midst and allows us to live a life that's different. Different than what we have lived, different than what other people might want us to live. It is the ultimate living with freedom. But it's not freedom to do whatever you want. It's freedom to walk fully with God. We've mistaken freedom in our existence with something we can choose or not choose. And it's a choice whether I do this or I don't do that. And there are very real limitations to that. I can't do what I want if what I want is going to hurt you. I don't think you'd like that too much. And I wouldn't like it if it were reversed. But in the kingdom, the freedom to live fully with God is unimaginable. But it says here that because of that, let us be thankful and please God. Giving thanks, being thankful, is rooted in a relationship with life and your creator and all that's around you. And it's a relationship that's rooted in joy and grace and love. And a lot of people have a world that's rooted in anger and greed and a sense of envy or getting even. They don't bring thankfulness. Even if that person wins this particular round, gets what he or she wants, they're not thankful for it. They're often very unhappy and they want more. Being thankful means something totally different. And it comes as we understand the kingdom that we're living in and the notion that we worship God. It says here, with holy fear and awe. I'm afraid that word fear means, but it doesn't. It means great respect. And as my kids would say, God is awesome. Worshiping the God who created the universe and loves me, wherever I am and how badly I've messed up, he still loves me. Well, this year, as we're approaching Thanksgiving and remembering it and enjoying it and just having a marvelous time, let us remember to be thankful. I hope this describes you. Well, thanks so much for listening. If you have a concern or a prayer need, just let us know. We'll do whatever we can as fast as we can to help meet those needs. We really mean that. God bless you. I'll talk to you again.